Painting the decks is much the same as painting the disruptive camouflage pattern, although it is a little bit easier with less masking. I often see people paint the decks first and then mask them off with thousands of little pieces of masking tape that have been cut to conform to all the curves. I always wonder why they do it that way. Why not just paint the bulkheads first and then tape them off like this with single strips of masking tape that easily conforms to the shape of the bulkheads? Anyway, each unto their own, I guess. This is just the way I prefer to do it. In this round of masking, I'm also masking off the first level of the superstructure. This might seem a bit odd to you because, as you know, I'm installing a wooden deck veneer on this model. So why on earth do I need to paint these wooden deck sections that are going to be covered? Painting the deck here is just a precautionary measure. If there is a gap, I want that gap to be in roughly the same color as the deck to help conceal it. If I were to take the wait and see approach, because of the constrained space in which I'm working, it would make this painting work a lot more difficult if it is necessary. The stern Bofors tubs also need to be taped off. The decks in this area of the ship will be sprayed with Mr. Color 365, and the inside of the Bofors tubs will be left in this light grey color. When painting this area of the deck, I'm anticipating that the overspray will unavoidably cover some of these components in the vicinity. Since this is going to be unavoidable, I'll just let it happen and correct it later. Of all the components that I need to mask today, I think this second level of the superstructure is going to be the most tedious. That's just because it's the biggest, and there are a few obstacles that I have to get the tape past. This is also why I'm using one of the more thin types of masking tape. It's just going to make it easier to control. Once this tape is in place, I can add more masking tape on top of it to get good coverage. The other components to be masked are considerably smaller. The tape goes on much more quickly and easily for those ones. Once taped up, or at least once the first round of taping is applied, painting can begin. Although I'm painting decks, or more correctly horizontal surfaces in this video, there's not just one color that has to be applied. There are, in fact, 3 colors. I'm going to start with one of the colors that's actually in the pattern on the disruptive camouflage, navy blue, Mr. Color number 14. There are not a lot of places where I need to apply this paint. It's really just this small platform in front of the forward gun director, and just to touch up a bit of this navy blue around the Bofors platforms slightly after it. Here I had just been a little bit unlucky to not spray quite far enough to be able to mask it off and create a straight line. On the upper section of the superstructure, just in front of the funnel, there's also a small patch where I need to apply this XF14, and then just a little bit of touch up to the XF14 on the structure that sits in front of the conning tower. The last part that needs to be painted in navy blue is the inside of the splinter shield and the top of the wind baffle in front of the conning tower. The deck also needs to be painted in this area. After giving the navy blue paint a short amount of time to dry, all the masking tape is removed, and then the next round of masking tape can be applied. For this round of painting, I've moved on to Mr. Color 308. This is the light grey color that is used in the disruptive camouflage pattern. This color is used for the top of the bulkheads that run around the perimeter of most decks, and it is also used to cover these platforms for the forward 5-inch guns, along with platforms on the top of the superstructure, the platforms behind the conning tower and the roof of the conning tower itself, and the platforms around the main mast. Once again, after giving the paint a few hours to dry, the masking tape is removed and the parts are remasked for the third round of painting, this time the color for the deck itself, Mr. Color 365. For the decks that will be covered with veneers, I don't bother to paint the entire deck. I'm just painting the details around the superstructure that rises out of it, so as I said at the start of the video, any gaps will be somewhat concealed by the correct color. Once that is done, I move aft and paint over the overspray from when I sprayed the stern Bofors tubs, and then I move up onto the superstructure components. The largest section on this model that will display this color is this aft section of the second level of the superstructure. This platform in almost its entirety will be this color. There'll just be that detailing around the edges, which will be in Mr. Color 308. Painting this level is quite enjoyable. It's quite big and open, easy to do. By far the most frustrating part to paint so far has been the deck for the navigation bridge. This is in a very constrained area and it's just difficult to get the airbrush in at the right angle to get good coverage over the deck. Nevertheless, with a little bit of perseverance, I get it done. As before, once the paint has dried, all the masking tape can be removed, revealing the full effect. After the first pass, one should not expect perfection, so I need to go through a round of corrections now. The largest correction is on this part where the base of the main mast sits. Here, I removed the locator lines for the base of the aft gun director. That's because these locator lines were actually forcing the base to be a little bit off-center. I didn't like that. Because of that sanding, it now requires me to repaint that area. But there will be a very small sliver of this light gray along the edge of the base of the gun director. I also just didn't paint the area of the deck underneath the main mast itself. When I was originally painting this light gray on the center of this part, for some reason I thought that there was going to be a component that would be placed over that center bit. Obviously there's not. Those holes are the holes for the feet of the main mast. Other than those corrections, 308 also needs to be sprayed on some of the cradles at the bow of the ship and more of these bulkhead tops along the first level of the superstructure. These weren't initially sprayed because there was some masking tape in the way. Bulkhead tops, or rather the top of the hull, also needs to be sprayed in the vicinity of the aft Bofors tubs. Obviously these were inaccessible when I was painting the deck. This was one of those areas that got subjected to a bit of Mr. Color 365 overspray when I was painting the deck. Anyway, after doing all of that and letting the paint dry for a bit, all the masking tape got removed and I continued to hunt for issues. One of those issues being me forgetting to paint the fixtures on the stern of the ship, so those are quickly masked up and painted with Mr. Color 308. That completes the painting of all the decks and horizontal surfaces. Once again, the alignment between the painting guide and the model does look pretty good. Obviously, you need to just ignore the areas where there's going to be a wooden deck veneer. Those are still unpainted. But in the next video, when I install the wooden deck veneers, you should get a pretty good representation between the painting guide and the model itself. If you don't want to wait for the scheduled release of videos and want to watch them when they are uploaded, consider becoming a channel member by clicking the join button below. If you would like to support the channel, like and subscribe. And as always, questions are welcome in the comments. Thank you for watching. Cheers.